Hello, Gemini. Welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree, and today I'll be doing your money, wealth, finance, prosperity, and abundance reading for the month of October 2024. For the readings this month, I'm using my tie-dye tarot deck. I will clarify with my Radiant Rider-Waite tarot, and then, Gemini, I will close out your reading with a Halloween oracle card. Yes, we are moving into spooky season. And it's my favorite time of year. All right. Oh, and I wanted to throw this out there. If for some reason this reading is not specific enough for you, please join me during my weekly live tarot Q&A live streams, because you can ask me anything about anything as it relates to your situation, your life, whatever. And I usually do that every Monday, and you are welcome to come ask anything, and I will pull some cards for you. All right, let's get right into your reading, Gemini. Gemini, what's going on here? All right, because we got that 10 of Wands, and because we're talking about money, I'm seeing here. Now, you've gone through a lot of struggle. You may have recently started something over, and you're feeling like things are moving very quickly as it relates to that, but it was also very frustrating. But here's the thing, you've overcome it. But moving into October, you're gonna feel like, man, I've really just, I've really done a lot, and I'm ready for things to be easier. That's what I'm gonna say, easier. All right, and they will be. Why? Because we got that 9 of Cups. This is the card here that totally turns everything around. So you've gone through some struggles and some things here that were difficult, but it all pays off as indicated by that 9 of Cups. Now, here's where you have to make sure you don't trip yourself up, because that 5 of Pentacles is the money mindset card, and you have to really examine what your beliefs are as it relates to your finances. All right, what are you believing is possible for you, and what do you see yourself doing or not doing as it relates to your money? All right, and this could be anything: work, business, investing. It could be anything. Finally, we've got that Empress card. The Empress card is a card of creativity. She's also one of the cards of the Divine Feminine. Now, when I see the Empress card, this means like a new project is on the horizon, or something, a new idea is finally starting to take shape or take form. All right. Now, the other thing about the Empress is that it's also the card of making money from your creativity. All right, some of you are artists, some of you are writers, some of you are performers, musicians, whatever. You can make money off of that, okay? And don't let anyone tell you that you can't, because you have some type of exceptional talent as it relates to that in some way. Now, I'm not saying all of you are beautiful singers or dancers, but what I am saying is, like, there is something that you do in a creative aspect that you can actually profit off of, okay? So don't dismiss that, and don't ignore it, because it can be a whole nother stream of income for you. All right, so let's continue on. Gemini, what do we need to know for the sign of Gemini as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of October 2024? What do we need to know for the sign of Gemini? All right. Whoa. Okay. All right, so Gemini, a new relationship is coming in, and that's going to affect your money either directly or indirectly. I say that because we got the Ace of Cups. Now, you're going to be planning your future. Not surprised. A lot of people are kind of thinking about that because we're moving into Q4, so we're looking ahead to 2025. But the Ace of Cups is a brand new relationship. Like I said, it's going to be something that impacts your finances in some way. So this could be a business partnership. It could be a new love relationship for some of you. It could also be maybe like a new family relationship I am picking up, which is very, very... I think this is something that maybe you've thought about, and now it's finally kind of getting to that point, Gemini. But anyway, This is a relationship that's going to impact your finances. We also have that Magician and the Hierophant. This is you being resourceful, coming up with your own plan to make the money you want to make, do the things you want to do. You don't have to conform to societal standards in any way. You can really create your own specific thing, especially as it relates to making money. I think that kind of goes back to what we talked about earlier with the creativity. You know, don't be afraid to make money off of the skills or the unique things about you. All right, finally, we've got that Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is a card that talks about communication. All right, so now as that relates to money, I feel like you're going to be having a lot of conversations. And I'm not surprised because we do have some new relationships, some new connection, some new partnership coming. But this is about you really communicating what you want. You know, it's not going to be a whole lot of back and forth. It's just you saying, hey, this is my goal. This is my vision. This is what I want. This is what I'm working towards. And somebody may or may not be receptive of that, but that doesn't matter. As long as you communicate what you want, especially as it relates to your money, you're going to be just fine. All right, Gemini, let's continue on and see what else shows up for you as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of October 2024. All right. Nice cards, Gemini. Nice. All right. So the only thing I have to tell you about is as we move into the second half of October, you have to be careful that you don't trip yourself up, self-sabotage, or allow some bad habits to get in the way of you making the money you want to make. That's what that Devil card is indicating, okay? But everything else is fantastic, all right? So make sure that you're not your own worst enemy when it comes to the second half of October, because you could trip yourself up and you don't want to screw yourself out of anything, but especially not any money, okay? So be very, very careful, because that Devil card is usually a heads up. And he shows up when we need to be warned or reminded of something that could be harmful or just not beneficial to us. All right, but like I said, the rest of your cards are fantastic. We got that Six of Cups, that's connecting with someone. It's also a card of having fun. The Star card means ultimate levels of success, especially in that relationship that's coming. The Chariot card is about a lot of things happening, all of them good, all of them moving in the right direction, probably at the same time, which is excellent. Also, the Chariot is a card that indicates speed, so things are happening very, very quickly. The Four of Swords is a card that talks about sometimes you don't have to necessarily do everything in order to win. All right, don't run around and burn yourself out, I guess is a good way. But the Four of Swords is also about taking a step back and allowing things to kind of unfold naturally without any force or, you know, deliberate action. I'll say it that way. All right, finally, we got that Ace of Swords. That's a breakthrough happening. That's a great card because it means something you've been working on for a while finally breaks open, finally unlocks, finally takes off. It's a great card because this is a card that means money is flowing towards you. All right, so there's something you've been working on for a while, or maybe something that you've been, you know, kind of anticipating. Well, that card is an indicator that yes, it is finally happening for you very, very soon. All right, Gemini, let's see what else shows up for you. Oh, look at that. You got that Ace of Cups again. All right, that new relationship is definitely doing its thing. We got the Empress again. All right, that relationship. And look, it's in line. So this relationship is better than what you anticipate. It's really good. The Fool card means that this is not pie in the sky. This is actually something serious. No naiveties here. The Hangman is about interesting because the Hangman sometimes indicates sacrificing ourselves. In other words, putting our needs aside because there's something else more important in the present moment. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying there is, but sometimes some of us don't like to sacrifice anything. But this card is telling me to tell you, Gemini, that you're perfectly fine making a sacrifice temporarily. If it's going to bring you what you want in a bigger, faster way, you're on board. And that's exactly what I'm getting with this card. So if you have to give up something in order to get the money or the success or the job or whatever that you desire, it's going to work out. It's really going to work out. Now we also have that Empress card. The Empress card, remember, she is that card of creativity. Like I said, I believe that you can make money with your creative talents. And for some of you, you do, but it looks like you don't fully trust it or you don't fully believe in it because she's in the reverse, all right? But I'm here to tell you, don't doubt what people are willing to pay for. You know, people will pay for anything. And, you know, and that pretty much runs the gamut, all right? People will pay for anything. There's somebody out there that wants what you have or will pay you for what you do. Be creative because there is an opportunity to make money there, Gemini. Finally, we got the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is that communication card. And because it's in the reverse, this means that the communication actually is good. Things are flowing. Things are happening. People are very understanding and supportive. These conversations are productive and they are very solution-oriented, which is good because remember, when we're talking about money, a lot of us, you know, we want to see the results. We're not, you know, writing on a hope and a prayer. No, we want to see the money. All right. And so I do believe that those conversations that you have towards the end of the month will be profitable, they will be productive, and they will show some type of result. All right. So Gemini, first week of October is going to be a little bit wonky, but that's because you're kind of coming through something and you're finally on the other side and things really start to kind of filter down and fall into place for you. All right, the second week of October, you do have a new relationship on the horizon. For some of you, this will be romantic. Some of you, this will just be like a professional thing, or maybe even just an acquaintance that turns into a friend. It could be anything, but it's definitely going to be a beneficial relationship for you that may impact your finances in some way. And then the second half of the month, we have a lot of success. There's a couple areas where you want to pay attention. Like I said, don't get in your own way here. Don't sabotage your progress. And then you are going to have to make some sacrifices temporarily towards the end of the month. But I think you're okay with it, Gemini, because if that's all you got to do to get what you want, you're willing to do it. All right, so let's go ahead and close out your reading, Gemini, with a Halloween Oracle card. Ah, interesting. Okay, Graveyard. This is the card of unnecessary fear. And you know, I do believe that this is kind of what we're seeing here in this first week of October. So pay attention to where you may have some unnecessary fear. Pay attention to where you may feel like, I don't know, I want to say irrational fears, but that may or may not apply. But I mean, I've been guilty of having some crazy, unnecessary fears many times in my life. All right, so make sure you examine that and don't let it get in the way of you doing or having what you want to have. All right, Gemini, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, observations, drop them in the comment section below. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. We'll do it all again next month.